Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable, just chatting. Shout out to Powdered Toast Man. And today's non-sponsor is Jocko Go. If you want the increased energy, focus, and memory, give yourself a try of the beautiful, delicious Nitro Pop.
Nitro Pop? Is that what it's called?
No, but all jokes aside, shout out to Jocko Willink.
Just Jocko fucking everything is so good.
Now, if you want...
It's funny because I introduced him to Jocko. Like, he's acting like he's like...
If you want a boost of energy without the crash or the unnecessary jitters, shout out to Jocko Go. Real energy, zero crash.
And it's actually good ingredients. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I will say, it doesn't have the best flavor, right? Obviously, there's better drinks that have... There's not better drinks.
I need
there's
the
drinks
sound
that
of a
have-
record going...
No,
This tastes delicious.
I
could bathe in a bathtub.
He just
of
made
this
10K.
stuff.
He just
No,
made 20K.
They are not a sponsor.
30K.
Let me explain something to you. We get paid nothing. Do you understand?
He's not getting
We are
paid
in the
anything.
streets begging.
No, but I'm
when
being-
it comes to shouting out products, it is real. I love Jocko Go.
It's good. Yes, it's good.
Jocko Willink pays us nothing.
He doesn't
Do
even
you understand?
He doesn't even know us.
Well, actually, no. He reposted our when we
One
used
of our
his
clips,
protein. Yeah. But I actually genuinely like the damn product.
Yeah.
It's got a good ingredient deck. Like, for example, he uses the good version of vitamin B12, the methylcobalamin.
Mm-hmm.
You want to stay away from cyanocobalamin, right? Methylcobalamin is much better than cyanocobalamin because those are two different forms of B12.
If you say those two words with each other, it sounds like you're speaking a different language.
Methylcobalamin, cyanocobalamin. And just like G.I. Joe, just
He
like
said,
G.I.
hey,
Joe,
how are you doing?
the more you know, or no, that's reading Rainbow. Hold on. Oh, just like G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle.
And knowing is half the battle.
Where
Now-
are my 80s folks? Okay, so
yeah,
the
we're
one
just
thing
chatting.
what I was saying before is that we're not a sponsor. The thing, in my opinion, which is
shit.
a good opinion, it's the only opinion, it's a fact, is that the drink is great, but the flavor, it's good enough where I could drink it every day and enjoy it. But you know, it's not the best flavor. If you could drink a fucking, you know,
Well, my opinion is
something with shitty fucking ingredients in it, and
I
it probably
disagree.
tastes a slight bit better.
I disagree. Shout out to Jocko.
Okay, so this past week, I chased the runner's high because my dad is a big runner. I do sprints occasionally, and I wanted to feel this runner's high. I wanted to understand it. And I don't know if like who's gonna relate to this. Maybe there's someone who runs and they're gonna relate to this, but the runner's high is pretty fucking wild. Have you ever like chased that runner's high? Have you ever felt that before?
I didn't chase the high, but I've run like 3 to 5 miles, and I'm just not into long distance.
No, me neither. But I wanted to feel that feeling, and so I was
it's
I was running
endorphins.
for a while, and I was like, I wonder when this is gonna hit. And now I know, you know, when you first start a run, it feels a little weird, and then you get comfortable and you get into a pace, and the fatigue started hitting, and you know my legs started getting tired after a while. I don't know how far I was running. It's probably 1.5 miles, 2 miles in, whatever. But all of a sudden, so this is at night. It's 9 o'clock at night. Maybe sometime around there. It's dark. I'm the only one out there. You know, it's a brisk night, and like I'm like, when is this gonna hit? And I'm almost done with the run. I can go around a couple more times, but I'm almost done. I'm like, whatever. Maybe we'll just finish it here. All of a sudden, the music started getting more exciting, and I found myself almost praying while I was running, and I was telling myself what's going to happen in the next like year. So what this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to get good, you know, whatever, this and that, whatever. As I'm doing that in my head, I'm running to the pace of the music. I'm saying all these good affirmations, all these good things in my head. And it just like, it hit me like, oh fuck, this is it. This is that runner's high. And it started feeling like, it was very like euphoric. Like I felt like my breath was easier. The running started getting easier. And just like everything around, it was dark out, but it felt like just everything was a little bit lighter, which is a wicked interesting feeling. And I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but I that runner's high is talked about often, and I wanted to feel that. Like I said before, my dad is an avid runner. He runs. I mean, the dude runs like 6 to 12 miles, on average regularly, and he talks about it sometimes. And it was really interesting that I've never like my brain just like switched. It just like went from like, it's taking a while, like I'm kind of glum, whatever, not glum, but just I'm just kind of like almost done with this. So all of a sudden, bang, it hits me, and I'm just like feeling different things, and it was really interesting. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, because it's like,
yeah, it's like it like goes through your whole body.
it's weird. Yeah,
It's almost like, if I were to describe it, it's like a cold tingling. Like it's in the center. I think it's like almost like your spinal cord just like going down, like a cold energetic tingle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and like it made me like really think about like mindset and stuff like that. Like people always say like, oh, like, like, I have, I don't have the motivation or whatever, blah, blah, blah. They come, huh?
Where did you run? Track?
My neighborhood. It's a mile. One circle around my neighborhood is a mile, which is nice. But so I was just, or it's right around that, whatever. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, just, people always talk about changing your mindset and like finding a rhythm, a mental rhythm, and all these different things. And it was interesting because I have done that. I have a mindset that I've created. I've had the ability to do that. And during this run, it was like I experienced it, which is something that I can't say. I know where my mind is at. I know that I've been able to put myself in a mindset that has helped me be successful. And I talk about that, changing the mindset, having the right mindset. How do you change that mindset? And I experienced it, if it makes sense. I'm trying the best way to put this into words, but I want anyone who's listening to this to just go and do it. Just go for a run, right? Don't count how long. Put on good sneakers, comfortable, not loose clothing. Put on some headphones, grab a playlist, and then just start running. It's gonna hurt, right? And it almost relates exactly to an entrepreneurial journey, building a business. It's gonna hurt at first, right? You run, but then I'm telling you right now, you get through that hurt, and your body gets into this rhythm. You're just pumping. You're just going, right? You're moving. And you start to forget about this like fatigue and the pain in the knees and whatever. And then you hit that runner's high, right? And that right there is the change in mindset. And when you feel that, that'll give you a better understanding of the ability that you have as a human to have that mindset switch. So I just, I not challenge, but just try it. Go try it. See how it feels, because it's really interesting, and I really enjoy that experience.
So what I do is I do the sprinting.
Yeah.
And like if I feel like whatever, I set that as a goal. Like, hey, I'm going to do 8 sets of 100-yard sprints. I'm going to accomplish this. I'm going to get this done. So that success and that thing that I did fuels my drive in life the same way. Like I'm like, okay, have to get this done. Do it. Get it done. You'll reap the rewards later on. Because like after I do sprints, because literally I'll go on a soccer field, go as fast as I can. It's about 100 yards. Do 8 of those with minimal break in between. And when I'm telling you, for a good 1 to 3 hours after that, I'm like, I wouldn't say it's a high, but I feel
You feel the difference.
the spike in the hormones. I can feel the growth hormone. I can feel like the DHT in the testosterone, and I can feel that enhancement for about a good 1 to 3 hours. And it like normally towards the end of the day, people like, oh, you know, they kind of wind down. That gives me a nice even spike that I end the night where I'm not like, okay, for example, if I do my sprints at 5, I'm good up until 8, and then 10, 11, it's bedtime.
Yeah.
And then it runs out.
Yeah.
But it gives you like that quick shot.
Well, the one thing that I like about running or sprinting or whatever it is during the day is that you get that natural high, whatever, that rush, that energy boost, whatever you want to call it. But then like once like the true bedtime, your biological bedtime should be, once that hits, it naturally makes you tired. So like sometimes if I don't
sleep good,
if I don't work out, if I don't run, if I don't do anything that's active, you could be simple as going for a couple mile walk, whatever it is. If you don't do that, that's where that, you know, that like your brain starts to go crazy at night and you can't fall asleep, and all of a sudden you look at the clock, it's 1:30 and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta wake up, I'm gonna be tired. And it's just this endless cycle of, you know, you wake up groggy, you don't work out again because you're tired and all that shit.
Well, the thing with me is I will cycle my weight training from my sprinting. So I will do 1 day weight training, next day sprint, and I'll rotate. But like I tried sprinting every single day, and my body can't heal. So it's not here. But I was trying to get the benefits of it because I loved the feeling.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, let me try to do it every day. Every afternoon I'm going to sprint. My legs were jello.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there was one social media video I did of me sprinting, and I said something that, I'm like sore, who cares? And I was like trying to push through it, and I did some research.
You gotta let your body heal. I mean,
you gotta let it heal. There is a such thing as a too much of a good thing. So, and then go ahead.
No, well, I was gonna say the thing about healing is that is your body regenerating better. Like,
yes.
Whenever you work out, simple like understanding is that when you work out, when you run, whenever you do some strenuous activity, you're stretching those muscles and you're making micro tears. The healing process and the soreness is from your body creating that scar tissue. Scar tissue is much stronger than regular tissue. Same thing with muscle. That's why your arms get bigger, you get stronger, because your body's constantly repairing it. You need to give your body time to heal in order to see the benefits that reap from doing those activities. So it's like, you know, I don't even see the value in doing, you know, sprinting every day, but changing them up makes total sense.
I just liked how it made me feel. So it wasn't a high, it was more of a boost in hormones where, you know, if a guy takes exogenous testosterone, you know, prescribed by a doctor, he feels, he feels like really, really good for
artificial way to
half the week. So I'm like, okay, I'm not there. I'm natural, and I want to give myself a boost. How do I do that? Okay, let me sprint. And then when you sprint, literally it's scientifically proven.
Yeah.
1 to 3 hours after an aggressive 100-yard sprint, say you do an 8 of them, it's scientifically proven that you have maximized your growth hormone output and DHT output, also to some testosterone. So like literally I'm making my body produce it from an activity, and it's that feeling, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is I get that same whoa feeling from just doing leg workouts.
Yeah,
like if I'm doing squatting, whatever it is, if I'm doing just leg workouts in general, I feel the same way. I don't know if but I don't feel that way after doing back and buys. You know what I mean? It's interesting how that muscle group works. Like
the legs squats specifically have been scientifically proven to increase testosterone.
And so that's interesting.
Yeah.
I want to look into why it's not like every muscle. Like, yes, working out does help you produce testosterone, but why mostly the legs? You know what I mean? That's interesting.
Because you might be, and this is just my opinion, I don't know, you might be activating certain genes relating to the heavy pushing of the legs that might be needed for survival. So let's say you just you know, you in a hunting group just caught a buffalo, and you got to cut the buffalo up, and you got to carry one quarter of his weight on your back, and you got to lift that buffalo leg on your back. And because you caught the meat, your genetic code goes, hey, this person is fit to survive, trigger more anabolic hormones. And this is, and I don't want to go off into Pluto here, because it might offend some people, but I feel like those little things signal our DNA, you know, if you hunt for food, whatever. Okay. But if we do those things, it signals our DNA.
Yeah.
So just doing a squat as if you are lifting something, or you forget about hunting. You could be lifting something to build shelter. You could be lifting a log to build shelter. That signals your DNA, hey, I'm fit. I'm fit to survive. Trigger your body to allow yourself to be able to survive. So it's not like, hey, I'm just gonna sit on my ass and I'm just gonna benefit from it. Then your genes go, oh, I don't need to do anything. Yeah. I don't. And this is where the human biology gets really, really, really complex, and you learn some things that you're like, what? So like, if you are too comfortable, it's actually not good for you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And even though it sounds great, like, hey, I'm gonna kick back and blah blah blah.
You're not engaging your body.
It is something about it where your biology goes, oh, all right, just lay back, and then that biology of just laying back just gets stronger and stronger, and now you're just, I don't know.
Your body gets used to being lazy, and your muscles don't
it's crazy. So, it's not. There is, okay. Let's just say I made multiple billions of dollars. Let me explain something. Your brain and your mind still need that same signaling and stimulation. So if you were to build a company and sell it for billions, great, wonderful. Don't relax in a hammock all fucking day, because your body will shut down. The two things that you need to make sure you keep busy is your body and your mind. Start another company. Hey, you built one up.
Start a nonprofit.
Start something.
Yeah.
Maybe delegate a bunch of stuff so you're not as stressed, but be involved with something that involves your brain, because your brain is going to fucking shut down.
You gotta keep it at work.
And then once your body and your brain shut down, it might be signaling, hey, maybe it's time to check out. This is a true thing. You know, people can laugh. Cameron's laughing. So really, like, if you look up the statistics of people passing away after they retire, it is a real thing. And I feel that you need to keep your brain stimulated. I'm not talking about reading a Harry Potter book. I'm talking about doing something productive. Fucking build a garden. Study up on seeds, whatever you want to do. Just keep yourself busy. Because the stimulation of the brain is very, very important. Once you stop the stimulation, God knows what you're signaling. You're telling your body it's over. You don't want that. So I think people think of like, oh, I want to hit a point in life where I just don't have to do anything. You better keep yourself busy with something, because...
Thank you so much for joining us on Real Business Roundtable. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'll see you next time for sure. We're definitely going to have another episode coming out soon, so we'll see you then. Bye.